Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. I'm Chelsea. You know that, I know that. Lady Bulldog Camera, you get it. So first and foremost, thank you for all of the support on the last deep dive. I do appreciate it. I posted it as of filming this video. I posted it 4 days ago. It has over 120,000 views so far. And now some other people, some other creators who have had some issues, for lack of a better phrase, in my opinion, with Jeanette M. Braun of Braun IP Law, Braun Law on social media. I was talking with them and I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't received like any takedown notices, any threats, nothing yet. Like I'm so excited. It's the 3rd. I posted it. It's Wednesday the 3rd. I posted it on Saturday. Like pretty good. I spoke too soon. I absolutely spoke too soon because guess what? I apparently just hadn't even checked my email for the day. And at 8:17 a.m. Eastern time this morning, Wednesday, January 3rd, 2024, I received an email from YouTube that said, copyright takedown request received for your YouTube video. And by golly, what do you know? Jeanette did not surprise us. She's quite predictable at this point. However, what did surprise me was that YouTube is being an ally. They are backing the girlies on this one, which is very, honestly, a relief, but surprising. Let's be honest. We understand that these systems, these reporting systems are not always on the right side, you know, of the conflict. So today we're going to go over Jeanette's, in my opinion, attempt at silencing me. I have no doubt that she will try to serve me, try to send me a cease and desist, or just try to sue me for copyright infringement. So we'll see, but I wanted to go over this super unhinged debacle because if you watch the Do We Know Them podcast, you may know this, but when someone tries to get your videos taken down and YouTube is like, no, YouTube will typically send over like the notice, the request, basically the correspondence that they had with this other person or with the third party, and it's glorious. So we're going to read through that. So like I said, I got this email from YouTube and it said, hello, we received the copyright infringement notification below regarding your videos. We believe your content is protected by fair use, fair dealing, or a similar exception to copyright protection. We are writing to let you know that we do not plan on removing your videos at this time. You have control over the availability of the videos on your channel, including the ability to delete them if you choose. Thank God. And of course, the link is to my Jeanette Braun video. Please be advised, it is possible the copyright owner will approach you directly to request the removal or take other action. This email is not intended as legal advice. If you are interested in more information regarding your options in this matter, you may wish to consult with a qualified attorney. Please note the complainant's physical address, phone number have been redacted from the copyright infringement notification below. So again, as I said in my other video, this is not legal advice. This is not anything like that. This is just my opinion and my understanding of these types of policies and procedures and laws and all that. And I am not a legal representation for anybody, including myself. And this is all just my own opinion and my experience, okay? I'd say hashtag don't sue me, like I've jokingly said before, but like, we know she probably gonna do it. Okay, so this says litigation hold notice and DMC copyright request for takedown. Jeanette, can you calm down? The great thing is that now that I have an experience with her, I can report her to the bar, which I'm doing after I film this video. If you do not have an experience, a professional personal experience with this person that does justify reporting unethical attorney behavior, whatever, to the bar association, please don't do that. Please, 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 please. Calling her out for abusing reporting systems, we don't want to then go ahead and do the same. So if you don't have an experience with her, don't do that, please. Copyright owner, Dumb Blonde Productions, which is Bunny XO. I said in a TikTok and I will say it again. Bunny, you are known for being a down lady, okay? Not down bad, but like a cool bee. Right? I'm trying not to use profanity. But what are you doing, girl? Like, you're supposed to be like for the people, like for the girls. And what are you doing? It's very disappointing. You've seen the type of people she hangs out with, type of people she has on our podcast. Like, I don't know why I'm thinking anything else. Anyways, relationship to owner, attorney, Braun Law, blah, blah, blah. So the specific URLs of videos in question, and it's my deep dive video. So the first part that she's talking about is from 0 seconds to 7 seconds. Let's see what that is. Interesting. So you own a video of Cody Elise and you own my title cards. Pretty sure I made the graphics for my title cards, but okay. Go off, queen, if you think you own them or if Bunny thinks she owns them, but that's not the case. Infringement of word 2, which it's supposed to say infringement of work 2. I don't know why it seems as though like there's just so many like typos and stuff in this or grammatical errors. Pretty strange. It seems as though Janice does all of these at like 1 a.m. And I don't know if it's like she's just like raging at that time or like it's super manic or something. Listen, sometimes I get like that too, but it's super weird. You would think you would proofread like 47 times and like hyperfixate on that, but whatever. It's a D instead of a K. Come on, it's called murder, not muck duck. Description of your copyrighted work, visual, audio work original publication can be found. Oh my God, well, let's go find it, shall we? Okay, I don't know if like my YouTube is glitching or something, but it says that this is a playlist put together by Bunny XO, and then it says YouTube is not currently available on this device. I'm on my computer, and yeah, it is available. Like, what are you talking about? Super strange, and it's an unlisted video, so like. And then, of course, it links back to my video again. So let's go ahead and look at the timestamps. It says 30 minutes and 44 seconds. Let's go specifically to that and watch that.
Blocked 10 minutes later. It escalated for a couple days. I completely was over it. But then she went on the Dumb Blonde podcast that Bunny hosts. Bunny is another one of Jeanette's clients, and did a podcast interview where for 5 to 10 minutes, they just basically made fun of me, made some pretty homophobic comments, said that I'm not qualified to do my job because I do not have children. And then she doubled down on her Facebook page, and that post is also still up, and there are over 4,000 comments coming to my defense because I have been doing this a very long time.
So yeah, that just using that as B-roll, again, that's under fair use. This is transformative content. Clearly. And also it's like that's supposed to be for Demps, but Demps isn't the owner of the copyright of that content. The owner of that content, it would have been Bunny, the Dumb Blonde podcast. So I don't know why she's trying to tack on multiple things. It's very strange. Then again, we're not dealing with like the best lawyer in my opinion. Okay, now we're going to 1:14:32. Let's see here. And it's literally that's an 8-second clip. Wow.
And the reason I'll tell you that I have taken down is because 1, you're not going to bully me and talk and spread lies. And 2, I love when they get upset about it.
Me too.
That is hilarious. Like, it is the highlight of my life.
Interesting. Also, I'd like to correct myself. I said, I don't know why she's trying to say that it's Demps that is the owner of this, because she's not. I got confused. I think Demps Worst State Stories is the title of that podcast episode from Bunny. Just wanted to clarify. Now, let's continue. This says, while the burden of proving fair use is on the infringer, not the copyright owner, which I'm proving that right now. And also, if it's on me, then why wouldn't you reported it to YouTube though? For them to say that it's fair, that it's not fair use and that it is copyright infringement, and for them to take it down. And it says a fair use analysis has been performed and no fair use was found. Fair use analysis was performed by who? You? You said that only the courts can decide that and that YouTube can't decide it. So did you decide it? Because YouTube said that there is fair use, because literally there is. This woman is insane in my opinion. Among other things, fair use does not apply when there is no public interest in or for the infringed work. Are you saying that there's no public interest in my video that now has over 122,000 views in only 4 days, but then also no public interest in your client's podcast? Weird, girl, weird. Okay. The Supreme Court of the United States has ruled the dissemination of false statements of facts does not provide public interest. Nothing I said was false. It's my own opinion, or it's literally facts. Like, what are you talking about? There can be no public interest when the infringed work is disseminating false statements of facts, and the infringed further commercial speech is not afforded the same broad free speech protections as non-commercial speech. I don't know why this woman keeps going back to like, oh, it's for profit. It's not nonprofit. Like the fact that this is monetized doesn't matter. Like it literally does not matter. It is so wild. And I do not understand why she like, this is infuriating. This woman, I swear. Everything that I've seen of her interactions with other people, I'm really just getting the vibe, again, just my own opinion, I'm not stating this is a fact, that she's trying to use her title, place of authority rather, to scare people and make them, you know, think like, oh yeah, no, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, just to intimidate them. And it's not working on a lot of people. Like, listen, I might have backed down when it came to money because they are $1 billion company and they hate me. So of course they definitely tried to completely waste my time. And I, you know, was newly pregnant and I didn't want to have that stress. And yes, so I backed down and complied with their cease and desist they sent me, even though in my opinion, it was completely invalid and they just effed up. But yeah, listen, yes, I do have a son, a young baby. Yes, I'm not trying to have extra stress in my life, but this, like, I will absolutely go to court for this. I will hire a lawyer for this. I will also start a GoFundMe for this if it gets to that point, because while, yes, I do make money on YouTube. Yes, I am monetized on here. I just bought a house. I have a kid. I have to pay bills, and those things come first before spending like $20,000 to $30,000 to $40,000 on trying to win a copyright or defamation or whatever she tries to come at me with case against this insane woman. Which again, like I said, that's all my own opinion from my personal or professional experience with her. Okay, so let's continue. She cites circuits, the 9th Circuit, the 6th, the 7th. I don't care. I am submitting this request to meet the requirements for naming Google/YouTube as a defendant. Girl, you suing YouTube? Or you're coming after me and YouTube? Like, what are you doing? I am required to give you the option to utilize the safe harbor provided by the DMCA. YouTube has opted out of being able to utilize the DMCA safe harbor for complaint numbers in my past reports. YouTube is not just operating as an intermediary platform. My cadence was weird on that, sorry. It is operating as a judiciary by deciding infringement is fair use. I am anticipating YouTube will also waive its ability to utilize defense costs. YouTube has no incentive to utilize blah, 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 safe harbor. YouTube just does not have the authority to determine whether my client's work of authorship is fair use. But the thing is, girlfriend, from what I'm reading and my understanding, I'm not stating this as a fact, obviously. Sorry, I have to give those disclaimers. This woman is insane in my opinion. But the fact that she is like, one, even going through to have it taken down through YouTube, if they would have sided with her, then she would have been like, oh yeah, YouTube has the right to take it down. YouTube has the right to say that it's not fair use. Since they're on my side, she's like, no, YouTube does not have the right to say that. And it's like, or the right to decide or whatever, you know, the power to decide. Like, girl, what? You are crazy. Apologies. I know y'all are like, don't apologize, but I don't love holding him in videos. I mean, I love holding him always, all the time, but I don't love showing him in my videos, but mama's got to do what mama's got to do. I know, bud. I know this lady's trying to take your mom down, but that ain't happening. Now, Janet continues and said, I am anticipating YouTube will also waive its ability to utilize safe harbor requests. After all, the infringer, I am not an infringer, obviously, but she's naming me as such, has indemnified YouTube and will be liable to cover YouTube's defense costs. YouTube has no incentive to utilize the DMCA safe harbor. I personally think that that is a scare tactic, like in the chance that they just sent me all of this, because I think they send it to you no matter what. I think that that's a scare tactic so that I would read that, or whoever she's reporting, me in this case, would read it and be like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to pay YouTube's lawyer fees. No, I'm not. Being a little redundant, aren't we? Like, you trying to meet a word count? What you doing? The fair use question is a mixed question of fact and law. Reviewing courts should appropriately defer to the jury's findings of underlying facts, but the ultimate question, whether those facts amount to a fair use, is a legal question for judges to decide de novo. Anyway, she's citing between Google and Oracle. Ooh, that must have been a crazy expensive case. Both those companies are ginormous. Unless YouTube, or you as an employee of YouTube, girl, you're talking to a robot. You're talking to a robot, lady, are a federal judiciary, you do not have the power to determine whether use is fair or not. Girl, then why report it for copyright infringement through YouTube if you are saying that they don't, like, you're fighting with Google. Like, do you realize what you're doing right now? It's absolutely insane. To state the obvious, like, girl, you are so pretentious. The rule comes from the Supreme Court of the United States, which of course has jurisdiction over YouTube. Yeah, lady, come on. Remove the stolen art from the video, issue a takedown immediately, and prevent future uploads from appearing on the platform. She's trying to have that removed from my video, have the entire video removed, and then also prevent me from ever being able to upload another video again. This is amazing. You are hereby put on notice of the copyright owner's intent to litigate and to name Google/YouTube as a defendant. Should you waive its protections under the DMCA, please institute a litigation hold for the reported account, that's me, and do not delete any electronic data YouTube has stored for the reported video or the reported account, which is a habitual violator of copyrights. Yeah, so apparently I am a habitual violator. We need to make merch. My client currently has the intent to institute litigation and reserves all rights and remedies available to it. So this is Bunny XO then, allegedly, according to what Janet's saying, is going to sue me and YouTube? What? Girl, what are you doing? Does she even know about this? Let's ask Bunny. Don't bully her. Don't do anything like that. Just ask her. Ask her if she's going to sue me. If she's suing me and Google. Ma'am, are you suing CC Stores and the Alphabet Company? What are you doing? Wild. Hold any funds payable to the infringer. Don't pay me is what she's saying. Stop paying me. No more money for me. No soup for you. This part's hilarious to me. Should YouTube possess a general liability insurance policy or a comparable coverage, it may be required to send this letter to them within 24 hours of receipt. Neglecting to do so may lead to the insurance policy declining any coverage for your defense. Additionally, please furnish me with the name of your insurance carrier within the same time frame. Girlfriend, I have a question. Is this just like at like Mad Libs that you do? You just like plug in people's names? Because this is basically the same thing that you sent over to the Do We Know Them podcast. Okay, so basically it just continues and says that I can't delete my BlackBerry and my notebooks or my diskettes or CDs or DVDs or thumb drives. Janice, what about my floppy disks? Can I still have my floppy disks? Should I delete those? Okay, so I find that hilarious. Now let's go down to the bottom of this email, because what I think happened is that she requested for this to be, she submitted the claim. This is all hypothetical. I don't know if this actually happened this way, but this is what I think's happened. This is my conspiracy. We remain concerned that your copyright notification is not valid for some or all of the video identified in your notification. As a result, the content will remain live, blah, blah, blah. So that is obviously very canned auto response, whatever. So at the bottom of that email, clearly it says, if you have any concerns relating to harassment, your privacy, safety, abuse, whatever, basically they're asking for further information so that like, hey, if you think we're wrong, submit more information. Janice's response is YouTube/Google. The DMCA does not require me to provide this information to you. Girl, they asked you for more information. Like, you're not going to try to keep going. You're not going to fight that. You're not going to provide them what they need to be on your side. I think that she does that because she just thinks that like she's too good, in my opinion. It's an ego thing. If you think the use is fair use, please provide your analysis to me along with the name and credentials of the individual who made the determination. The rights holder can now name Google/YouTube as defendants along with the individual that is acting like a judiciary. YouTube is not acting merely as an intermediary here. Please ensure the litigation hold previously sent is instituted. Very truly yours, Patrice. And then they sent the same thing back. And they're like, hey, copy and paste. It's fair use, fair dealing. What are you doing? It's like they're the Raven from Edgar Allan Poe's short story, The Raven. Nevermore, Janice, nevermore. So that is the update that I have right now. I do think it's quite interesting. So I don't know where this would be filed. I would think in Tennessee because Bunny's in Tennessee. So I'm not sure, but yeah, I mean, Bunny's in Tennessee. I'm in Florida. And then Patrice Janice is in Illinois, right? I heard someone say Illinois. I was like, girl, no, that's not how you do it. That's like saying Louisville. So I don't know where it would be filed. Y'all can... lawyers, where my lawyers at? My legal girlies. Sound off below. Where would it be filed? I don't know. But either way, I looked it up, and Illinois, Florida, I know Florida's, and then Tennessee also all have anti-slap laws. So when, you know, just like frivolous that are supposed to, you know, waste someone's time and make them shut up, trying to silence people. And in my opinion, that's exactly what this is. And I mean, there's literally recordings on the internet of your client, specifically Bunny, saying that if someone is saying something that she doesn't like, that she has it taken down. It's not allowed. Like, you're not supposed to do that. Oh my Lord, these crazies, I tell ya. So an anti-slap suit would basically mean that if I'm not a lawyer, keep in mind, that the courts with a capital C, meaning the judge, you know, that whole system, if it ruled in my favor, they would have to pay my legal fees. My lawyer's real expensive. I have two, one that does like consulting for me. Haven't needed to use her in a while. Love her though. Hey, LB, what's up? And then I have my like actual lawyer, like my big guns, and he's very expensive. He's amazing. So I would be using him for this. He's pretty petty as well though, so we'll see. Yeah, so that's, I mean, if she's like, if you're gonna sue me, just do it, girl. Like, please just send that through. Like, say it with your whole chest. It's just really unfortunate because it's like, Bunny is someone who, you know, like her story, if it is true, I'm not saying it's not, but if it is true, is inspiring. Her relationship with her husband, with Jelly Roll, and he's an amazing artist. His voice is, oh my God, it's amazing. They seem like they have a great relationship. Like, I love that. I love seeing couples thrive together like that. And, you know, I love that she's sex positive. She's beautiful, great at making content, funny. But then it's like, this is one thing that's extremely disappointing. Not me hyping her up and giving her compliments and she's apparently gonna sue me. Like, girl, what? It just shows that I believe two things can be true at once, whatever. And that I'm not just gonna like have eating crackers syndrome and think that she's like disgusting and like all around. It's like, no, she can be a bad bee and, you know, be someone that I enjoyed her content. And then also she's wrong about this, right? On TikTok, I did see that there were quite a bit of like people that were just right up her butthole, being like tagging her in my posts and being like, oh my gosh, you better see this. And someone else was like, you're so wrong. Like stans of hers being like, I'm not going to believe anything you say unless she says it's true. And it's like, girl, oh, that's what? Like, would you believe facts? Like, what are you talking about? Also, the video like wasn't even really about her. It was about like, she had a hand to play in it, but it was more so about Lauren the Mortician. So apparently I am being sued by Bunny XO. I don't even know her real name. By Jelly Roll's wife, or they're suing me and Google. Girl, like, just get it over with then. Let's go. Like, I ain't got the time. I got a baby. Clearly. I mean, come on. Let's go. Do it so I can hurry up and make the GoFundMe and like start pumping out videos, and so I can do a sponsorship with like a bunch of legal firms and okay, come on. A message straight to Janice. You're garbage. Leave me alone. Your ego, bigger than my boobies, which those are pretty big. Your ego is larger than my disdain for internet scams and multi-level marketing companies and girl bosses. So get it together. I don't know if you think that you're like super cool and trying to find like validation in the clients that you work for and like getting other people's stuff taken down, but you have to understand how unethical this is. And this is truly the Streisand effect. If y'all don't know what that is, Barbara Streisand didn't want a picture of like the back of her home being shown. She was trying to suppress it. And let me just read off what it says on Wikipedia because I want to get it right and not sound like an idiot. Streisand effect is an unintended consequence of attempts to hide, remove, or censor information, where the effort instead backfires by increasing awareness of that information. It is named after the American singer and actress Barbara Streisand, who attempted to suppress the California Coastal Records Project's photograph of her cliff top residence in Malibu, California, taken to document California's coastal erosion. Inadvertently, it drew greater attention to the previously obscure photograph. In 2003, attempts to suppress information are often made through cease and desist letters, but instead of being suppressed, the information sometimes receives extensive publicity, as well as creation of media such as videos, spoof songs, which can be mirrored on the internet or distributed on file sharing networks, social media, in addition to seeking or obtaining an injunction to prohibit something from being published or to remove something that is already published, can lead to increased publicity of published work. I'd say that that's in play here. They want things to be taken off the internet, trying to silence people. And what did I say in my deep dive video? The one way to make it so that people on the internet, specifically commentary YouTubers, do not stop talking about you, and to guarantee that they will make videos about you, is trying to silence them or trying to silence someone in their community. Janet, Patrice, and now Bunny and Lauren the Mortician have tried to do to allegedly multiple people. So that's clearly working out really well for them. I think they're just exposing themselves as being really not great humans. They're really just girl bossing too close to the sun. YouTube commentary is the sun, and they're about to get burnt up. For legal purposes, that's not a threat. That's a euphemism and a hilarious figure of speech. Don't let people with money and power silence you. Again, that's why I framed that cease and desist, because that was the first one that I received. It was from someone who made a lot of money in network marketing and was trying to silence me before I even made a deep dive video about them or even really made any content about them. And what was my response? Posting a documentary style deep dive video on them and not shutting up. And what did they do? Nothing. Well, she passed away, but that had nothing to do with that. That had to do with genetics and cancer. Anyways, RIP girlfriend, miss ya. Hey friends, so this is another update. You're gonna hear probably Wiggum snoring, and Dean is in his little like bouncer thing over here. So he's playing with the toys on it. So that's what that crinkle is and what the snore is and what all his little squawks are. But listen, craziness has ensued. So y'all know I hardly sleep, but I was awake at like, I don't know, like 4 a.m., 5:13 a.m., which I was awake before that, but still. So I saw a comment from Bunny XO on my on my shorts that I put on YouTube, just giving like a general update basically that, hey, I did receive correspondence from Janet and I'm gonna make a video, all that. And it said, why is my name being brought into this? I've never tried to have any of your videos taken down, girly, take care. So I thought that was very interesting. I responded and said, babe, is Janet going rogue? Please talk to your lawyer. She has been fighting with YouTube for the last week, which I meant this past week, not the last week, but you know, saying you are going to sue me and YouTube and Google for copyright infringement when my videos are protected under fair use. So I find that very interesting. I was like, you know what? I'm already awake. Let's go ahead and check TikTok and see if, you know, she's posted about it or I have like a comment from her on my TikTok. So, as I feel like that's more like her primary platform. So I look in my DMs on TikTok and it says account not found. OMG, it's Bunny. Messaged me and said, hey girl, I messaged you on IG with a heart, but account not found. She blocked me. So wild. And that was at 1:17 a.m. I believe she's in Tennessee. I think that's the same time zone as me, right? I'm in Eastern time, whatever. All these times are Eastern time, just so you know, just so that someone doesn't come back and they're like, she didn't message you at that time. Calm down. Time zones exist. Also, nothing makes me feel dumber than trying to like figure out time zones. Like, okay, it's this time here right now. That means it's this time there. I have to call it this time. Girl, that was the worst in sales when I had to do that, my little time zone map. She sent that at 1:17 a.m., which I thought was really interesting because left that comment on my YouTube short at, it said 33 minutes ago when it was 5:13 a.m. So like 4:45 a.m. So this is my like timeline that I have in my brain, right? This might not be how it actually happened, but like just from the information I have from her, this makes sense, okay? Hey girl, I messaged you on IG at 1:17 a.m. through TikTok. She hadn't blocked me then, obviously, because she had messaged me. So if she messaged me saying that, and I know I'm doing the most here, but I just think this is so interesting. So if she messaged me saying that on TikTok, she had clearly already messaged me on Instagram. With Instagram, even if someone's verified, their messages can go in the message requests. So just keep that in mind. I'm sure that's why she did that. So message me on Instagram sometime around like 1 a.m. or midnight. Then message me on TikTok to tell me that she messaged me on Instagram. Then between 1:30 a.m. and 4:30 a.m. blocked me possibly and decided to leave that comment saying that she didn't have anything to do with this / unsent the message on Instagram because I have no messages from her on Instagram and she blocked me on both TikTok and Instagram. So like, what? It's so weird. So I commented back to her again and I said, girl, you DM me on TikTok at 1 a.m. saying that you DM me on Instagram, then blocked me on both TikTok and Instagram. What are you doing? What are you doing, girlfriend? God, she looks so hot in that picture. Anyways, calm down. What are you doing? Like, get it together. And then I was talking to a few other people who have been personally victimized by Jeanette and all them. It's like it's from what I know, Bunny hasn't like talked to or responded to like anyone else. So I just think it's interesting that like she responded to me of all people. Also, there was some confusion. Bunny XO and Bunny Hedaya are two different people. So Bunny Hedaya is Cody Elise's best friend. Bunny Hedaya lives here she has 3 houses, but LA, I don't think she's in LA much. And then she has a house in like Wyoming or somewhere up there, Montana. I think it's Wyoming. And then down here in St. Petersburg, close to me, like right across the bridge from me. She's down here. Love her so much. I think I've like talked to her once, I think. I've talked to Cody a good bit now. Love Cody. She's so nice. Like very sweet person. I showed her a picture to my husband and he was like, well, if she isn't your type, I was like, yeah, she is. But anyway, so really like them. Bunny, Bunny, Hedaya, blonde Bunny. She might have brown hair now. She goes back and forth. That Bunny good, blonde, podcast, XO, Jelly Roll's wife Bunny, different Bunny, instigator, villain, you know. So like antagonist, protagonist. Got it? Different people. Okay, I was gonna make that differentiation in my first video, but I was like, I don't even talk about Bunny Hedaya in this video, so I was like, I don't want to confuse people already, but I saw a few comments that were like, wait, what? I thought Bunny and Cody were best friends, and like, they are. On social media, they'll joke about like, because people will always comment and be like, oh my God, what happened between you and Bunny? Meaning Bunny Hedaya. And they'll like troll and like make funny videos about it, because when you're best friends with someone on the internet and you don't post with them or talk about them within 5 minutes, everyone's like, you're not friends anymore. People say that about me and Isabella Lanter and Deanna Mims all the time. And it's like, we talk constantly. So, all right, that is the update. That's all I have for right now. Hopefully before the video comes out, there's not more. I'm sure there will be. So yeah, appreciate y'all. Again, appreciate the support. I will keep updating you. Any correspondence or anything I get like that, right when I get it, I've been, of course, sharing it with the other people, but I've been sharing it in our Discord server. If you're a channel member, you have that as a benefit. It's not, I would love for it to be more active. It's not super active, but I'm trying to like put like insider info and stuff like that in there. It's just an easy way for me to share stuff with y'all. If you're a channel member, even the lowest membership, like monetarily membership, has access to the Discord. Go in there, you'll be able to see in like your channel membership benefits, you'll see access to the Discord. You have to connect it to your YouTube channel in Discord. I love it. Basically just like a big chat room, and people are fun in there. Yeah, so there's that. With channel memberships, I wanted to say this as well. I'll say it publicly on other platforms too, but because like my videos can sometimes get demonetized, taken down for stuff like this, and like with deep dives and stuff like that, on a lot of deep dives, because of that possibility of them getting taken down for invalid reasons, like people like this, that's really what my channel memberships is for. So just keep that in mind, please. I've always been transparent about that. I've never overpromised or anything like that. So thank you very much. Appreciate you, channel members. Love you so much. Obviously love all my subscribers. Maybe, I don't know, you might be weird, but appreciate you. And we will keep going with this. I think it's really interesting that Bunny's like, I have no idea what this is even about. And yet Janet is like, my client Bunny is suing you and YouTube. Really, Bun? You got no idea what you're doing. Anyways, appreciate you, love you. I will see you in my next video. I'm sure there will be another update. Insane. The Runkle guy, Runkle, whatever his name is, he's a lawyer that I had linked in my description box of my original video. Sorry, I keep adding stuff on, but there's a lot of updates. He messaged me on Twitter. He wants to react to, I think, the correspondence with Janet in YouTube. So I'm going to send that over to him when he DMs me back, because he asked for it. And I was like, absolutely. Literally everyone can have it. It's hilarious. All right. Appreciate you. Goodbye. Stay spicy, don't be weird, know your rights, and I gotta go entertain this thing. Okay, goodbye.